Hi all, Hipper here. Today is Wichita Day and we'll take a look at what it's like to be a solo player. But first we'll just go through my Beepley build here, which is very normal. Just Assure Lane Baltimore and Müller on Beepley here, and then all the speed and rudder perks, of course. So first of here you can see this destroyer here that's taking a rather leisurely approach to the game, and that really is a problem. I'm not pointing any fingers at this player in particular. I was just saying that the faster you get going in your destroyer, like the earlier we can start spotting some ships, and like waiting like nearly a minute, what's happening here is just like a massive disadvantage. It doesn't allow me to position correctly because I don't know what I'm facing. So that's why I have to I just have to guess what I'm facing, which is a problem when you play solo, because you don't have a reliable destroyer to spot in the first very important minutes of the match. And obviously in a division, one player will usually always assume the destroyer role, and you will have spotting at will. And that is one of the main reasons that divisions are so powerful in this game here. So now I am spotted and targeted by 4 ships, and I have no idea where they are because I cannot spot myself, and not in this game anyway. There's not enough cover out there in the cap, and as the destroyer is still hiding behind an island, then I cannot trust in him at all. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I get close to the cap and I radar, and I do spot a destroyer. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to shoot at him because I'm stuck at this rock here. I was planning to round this island here and get at least a few shots at him, but I didn't expect to get stuck here. So that was, well, it's not really my fault. It's the game's fault, I think. So obviously my radar is going to run out now, and there's no point continuing because I'm not going to get any shots in. So we are definitely on the retreat from this flank here. And as you can see, it is just the destroyer and myself. Everybody else is going to the right flank, which is, of course, less than ideal. So I'm still staying around the cap here because I want to see if I can't manually spot this destroyer here in case he makes a mistake and perhaps take him out. But as you can see on the map, there are 3 battleships up here hiding, and probably a cruiser as well. So even though I am in a Wichita, I cannot head into this map here, into this cap here, sorry, not map. It's simply too well defended. So we'll have to whittle these guys down a little bit before we can try it. So finally, destroyer actually gets into the battle here and spots the other destroyer for me. So obviously I am backing him up and trying to get this German DD out of the game as quickly as possible. Now he does smoke up, and of course I've used my radar, and I'm equipped with the anti-aircraft, so there's not much I can do at this point here. So let's just take a quick look at the map here. And as you can tell, on our flank, the left flank here, we are facing 5 enemy ships. And on the right flank, they're facing 4 enemy ships. So the red team has decided to divide their forces evenly, or as evenly as you can with 9 ships. And that is like a much better option than what my team has decided to do, which is leave the destroyer and myself on this flank here, which is like the hardest flank. We're facing 5 ships, and the other 7 ships are facing 4 reds on the other flank. Now this is doable, but it means that like the very strong flank, which is the right flank on my team in this case here, they really have to break through as quickly as possible, because obviously the other flank will fall sooner or later, because there's no way 2 ships can hold back 5 ships. So if you dilly-daddle and you like waste time, and when you have a strong flank with 7 ships, you're just asking to lose the game. So if we head back to the game here, then my only option now is to buy as much time as I can on this flank here, and obviously take out any enemy ships that I can. But with like the matter of 5 versus 2 here, we will be on like a constant defense here, and pushing is not possible against this many enemies. So That's why I'm heading a little bit into the middle of the cap, because I don't want to get caught out here on the left flank in case all the enemies start to push, because that means that I won't be able to turn to my right and join up with the other forces without showing broadside. So I have to get that done now. It's better to do it now than later, because I'm out of range with most ships now, so I have to reposition while I can. So this move here is also serving a different purpose, and that is for my radar to recharge, because I know for certain there's a destroyer out there in A somewhere, and speaking from experience, I know that he's going to go through the little opening in the middle of the map and try to head into towards D that way, because he knows I'm out here and there's really no point taking on a Wichita in a destroyer. So that's why I am trying to sneak around this way here and see if I can't catch him off guard when he enters the middle of the map. And I am using my the fact that I am spotted also to and how many ships are targeting me to figure out when he's actually in range. So now the Vanguard lost sight of me, and I'm just waiting for a good opportunity to head in and just setting a fire here. Why not? So if we look over on the right flank here, then the entirety of those 7 ships over there have managed to lose that cap. And of course, nothing out of the ordinary there. That happens all the time in this game here. But it does mean that we are at a distinct disadvantage now. We only have 1 cap, and we really have to push now. With 9 minutes left, this is the time. Like, if you want to win this battle here, you're gonna have to do something. So finally, I get my destroyer here. He comes through exactly as I expected, and just trying to kill him, obviously, because I missed out on him before, and just using my radar here that I saved for this particular purpose here, so I can keep him spotted while I go around the island here. And at this time, actually, someone else is shooting at him, which is also amazing, because before no one took even a single shot at the destroyer trying to cap. I mean, that is just a huge no-no. When a cruiser goes out of his way to actually spot a destroyer at great peril to the cruiser, just make sure that you actually make that potential sacrifice worth it by actually shooting at the destroyer. I hear a lot of people complaining about cruisers not doing their job. I think it's more a matter of people in battleships not paying attention to what's happening on the map. So here we are, pretty much halfway through the battle, and our strong flank, the right flank, has absolutely nothing to show for it. They haven't achieved anything, which is, again, not unusual, of course. I just want to reiterate, like, if you have 7 ships on one flank, that means that, like, the game pretty much relies on that flank to make it through. So if you waste too much time, well, obviously the other flank will get overrun, and that first flank will be in a crossfire. And that's bad. Doesn't matter how many ships you are. If you're in a crossfire, you cannot angle correctly anymore, and you will take heavy losses. Absolutely. So we're here. There are too many ships guarding B, so I am forced to return towards C, and at the very least, my guys over here are actually starting to cap now, with like 6 minutes left. A little bit late, but yeah, not complaining, just making an observation here. Now this brings to mind the old saying that with great power comes great responsibility, and like, that plays out in what I said before, that if you have a great powerful flank with 7 ships out of 9 ships, that puts a lot of onus on you and the ships on that flank to actually do something with all that power. Because, like I said before, the responsibility to win this battle is squarely planted at the flank that has 7 ships. Only a miracle would allow the other ships on the flank with 2 ships to fight off 5 ships and be able to move in. And what's happening now is that the blues are in a crossfire, just like I expected, because my team hasn't spread out. They haven't set up good positions. They're not able to take advantage of the enemy's broadsides, and the enemies have locked them here in this little quadrant of the map here. So really, they don't even have to kill us off. They can just wait, and if we make a push out of here, we'll be sitting ducks. So that's why, this was the strong flank, but because it's surrounded, now it's just a turkey shoot, basically. And that is the main reason that most people find solo play in this game here excruciatingly annoying sometimes. And some people don't play solo for this reason, and I can totally understand that. Of course, playing in a division is much more coordinated, and you have a much better chance of winning, much better, probably 20-25% higher chance. But personally, I enjoy playing solo. I like the unexpected stuff that always happens, and yeah, most times it's negative, but it is entertaining nonetheless, and I also think it's more challenging. So I can totally understand why this kind of gameplay here is off-putting to some people, and some people rage or go on Facebook and complain and stuff like that. And look, I get it, but there's nothing we can do about it. This is a free-to-play game, and there's going to be a lot of people who just play it for fun, or kids who just fire it up and take a few of daddy's tier 7s out and stuff like that, and that's just the way it is. So as a solo player, you gotta be a patient guy, that's for sure. Like I said before, I still think it's a lot of fun to play randoms, and sure, you lose a lot of games that you shouldn't have lost, but really, that really only bothers me if I happen to go in and have a look at my win rate. Just take it for what it is, and what it is an amusing game that attracts a lot of different players and a lot of different skill levels. And until we have a dedicated section of the game for the more serious players, then the only thing you can really do to cut down on the frustration is to play in a division with another 2 very good players. If you have 3 very good players in a division, you will almost win every single battle. Really, the only times you lose is acts of divine intervention, or the fact that you happen to face another division of equally skilled players, which doesn't happen very often. Most divisions are just 3 mates playing, and they're no better or no worse than the average player. But if you have 3 CCs, or a clan of 3 people, definitely you can totally rule the game pretty much.
The ship is on fire.
So if you've read The Art of War, you will know that a force of inferior adversaries might actually win a battle by taking advantage of the enemy's mistakes, which is exactly what's happening here. We have a few good players on my team. Actually, the top 3 players do extremely well, but because we simply have very bad positioning and we get totally overrun on a flank, that doesn't mean anything. We'll still lose this battle here. And that's just the way it is, like I said. There's no need to get upset about it or go on Facebook and complain. I mean, you can if you want to, but it's not going to change anything. Or you can also go on Discount and moan to the developers, but I mean, they're facing the exact same issues we are, so not much to do about it. Other than playing in a division or waiting for a clan integration of some kind into this game that will separate the more serious players from the casuals, basically. If that happens, I will be very happy, obviously. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. And with the game being nearly 2.5 years old now, I think it's about time that we would get something like that, because there is a limit to how long people will stick around for this kind of random stuff going on. Like I said, it doesn't really bother me, but I know for a fact that some people just cannot stand this losing battles that you shouldn't have lost in the first place. So yeah, a division is just as powerful as playing with a squadron of good players in Battlefield or something like that. So that'll put it in perspective for you. So yeah, that's a nice defeat here. We did well, 3 kills, and we actually have more XP, actually a lot more XP than the winner on the enemy team. But like I said, due to the positioning and the flank lost, this was a defeat, and that's just the way it is. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you out there.